All right, good morning, everyone. So I wanted to record just kind of a short video just to provide some clarification about what I consider substantive replies to your peers to be. And so you'll see some tips below in the announcement, but I also want to give you some kind of other ideas. So kind of first, consider, starting your reply to your peer by, naming their main idea, right? Something along the lines of briefly restating their classmates' kind of central argument or thesis in their post, as kind of a demonstration that you have read their post, you understand their post, and you would like to kind of engage them in discussion and contribute to it. So that'd be my first tip. Second, I would kind of recommend that if there are multiple parts within your peer's reply, choose to focus only on one and not the entire post. This would allow you to focus in on that one particular point your fellow student has made and go ahead and engage with it directly, where you're able to expand on the idea based on your understanding of the reading for the week. You could complicate it, you could maybe question the assumption your peer student has made, or you could apply it to a new example. So that's tip two. Tip three, your strong substantive reply to your peer would include something new, right? Particularly new evidence that would help allow the student to think about their response in a different way, to maybe challenge the argument in a sense that they made, to introduce, a new term, a new theory, depending on the week's topic. And it's a demonstration of your ability to comprehend the reading and to think critically with it, and then help your fellow student do the same. Kind of a fourth tip that I have is kind of ask some thoughtful question. So not only are you going to restate the thesis, maybe challenge an argument, recommend a different source, maybe also consider asking some type of an open-ended question, right? Where the student is not able to say, yes, I agree, or no, I disagree with you, but something that encourages them to engage in deeper thinking, invites some clarification from them, and basically pushes that discussion forward. Um, Tip five, one thing you could do is, making sure that, just out of kind of netiquette, right? Proper etiquette in an online course is obviously use their name. Try not to be dismissive or demeaning in your language to that fellow student of yours. And if you disagree with the argument or the point that they make, be respectful and be able to back it up with evidence that is peer reviewed and comes from the reading or for an academic source. And then again, right, all of this is designed to ensure that you're meeting that 150 word minimum that I'm looking for in the class, because ultimately, right, we are trying to create a discussion that moves it forward. While I may give 4, 5, or 6 different questions, right, it is important that each of those questions are dug in by you in a way that helps all students in the class, whether or not they chose that question originally, to engage with it, to learn from each other, and basically be a demonstration to each other that you are not just a student, but a scholar in your own right. And then lastly, making sure not to forget to cite your sources when you reply to them. So in essence, right, kind of a simple rule of thumb that I have for you in this particular scenario is that before you submit your reply, basically ask yourself, did I add a new idea? Did I deepen the understanding, or maybe move that conversation forward? If the answer is yes, then you've created a substantive reply, and we're going to have a vigorous conversation in the discussion forum. And in so doing, right, we will have a class that is very scholarly, but also one where we, as each other, are able to grow and learn from each other.